All right, guys, welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. And today I'm going to explain this one model that if you guys want, all right, of course, there are some different type of models that probably come up every single day, faster trades, longer trades, it really depends on what type of trader you are. But if you are struggling a little bit and you're currently maybe in the break even stage, right? You're passing evals but then blowing the funded, or maybe you're struggling to pass an eval, or maybe you're just not really sure what trades are good, what trades are bad. You're just a little bit like you have this, you know what you're doing already, but you're missing like a small piece, maybe more like you're missing something, like your brain is a little foggy. You're missing one piece. You're missing just a small thing to help you like organize everything in your head and execute properly on the charts. Now, you came to the right place. You're awesome. Keep that shit up, by the way, because you're right here on this video. Now, I just wanted to share. I already made a video about this model, but this model pretty much is just a very simple model. It doesn't come every single day, but take a look right here. Let me zoom this right over here real quick, making myself smaller. And then over here. Now, let me just make sure you guys are seeing this. Yes, you are. All right. So I've already made a video about this before, but I'm going to make another video about it again. I call it the matrix model. It's pretty much just, I call it the matrix model because this is pretty much the simplest way, like the easiest way you can escape the matrix and become financially free from trading. I'm not saying this is the best model ever. I used to trade only this model. Now I trade another model on top of this one, only because only for the reason that this model comes like every few days. I wouldn't say every few days. Sometimes it comes like multiple times a day, or a day after a day after a day. But usually, like sometimes it takes a little bit before the setup shows up. Like it takes a little bit longer to for the setup to form. And it's pretty much because the first building block of this model is you need to wait for a high time for value gap tap. All right. So either a 1 hour for value gap or a 4 hour for value gap to be tapped. Now I'm talking about unfilled gaps. All right. Like this is unfilled gaps. All right. I'm not talking about anything else. All right. I'm talking about unfilled gaps. Okay. Gaps that have not been touched, I've not been trading into. Of course, you have different models where you can trade like intermediate high sweeps, like intermediate lows or high sweeps, that like lows or highs that are inside of a value gap. And I trade that as well. But this model, you need an unfilled gap. All right. Unfilled 1 hour, 4 hour gap. It's very important that it's going to be unfilled. Um, and then pretty much after we tapped that unfilled gap, all right, which sometimes we're not even close to any unfilled gap, right? Some days you just open the charts and there's just not any unfilled gaps to tap into, which is perfectly fine. That just means you have no trade today, or at least for the next few hours. And I trade only AM sessions. So, anyways, after we tap the 1 hour, 4 hour for value gap, we want to be waiting for a 5 or 15 minutes for value gap to open up from that. So pretty much that's going to be a sponsored key level. All right. So not obviously unfilled gaps, but then 5 minute or 15 minute sponsored key level. All right. This is pretty much, let me put it right over here. So that's pretty much when a 5 minute gap or a 15 minute gap is created from the high time frame key level. That means this key level is sponsored. That means this 5 minute for value gap is sponsored. Okay. And these are the type of gaps of 5 minute gaps or 15 minute gaps that you want to be taking trades from, because these are the most powerful ones, because they were created after a huge amount of orders have been filled. And this is like a continuation model. So a lot of you guys are probably, whenever we have like a move higher, let's say, Okay, you guys are trying to catch like the top or the bottom, like top and bottom tick, like a small manipulation leg, SMT inversion, like on the 30-second, 1 minute time frame. And sometimes it works. If you have your model and it works, perfect. Keep going. Like it doesn't matter what the fuck I'm saying. Like as long as you have something that's working, use it. Keep going. But it's pretty much a continuation model, and you have your win rate is just so much higher in continuation model. Yes, your RR might get a little bit, go a little lower, like 1-to-1s, 1-to-2s, because us, like, part of the move has already happened. Like by the time we have this 5 minute for value gap, you probably missed on at least like 50 to 100 points, but that's fine because you didn't miss it. You're just waiting for our retracement back into it, and then the highest time frame inversion of the manipulation leg, right? That's what you're taking. So 5 minute or 15 minute sponsored key level, and then highest time frame IFVG in the manipulation leg. I got it right. What do you mean? Manipulation leg. All right. So this is pretty much the main thing. Highest time frame inversion in the manipulation leg after we tap that 5 minute, and then your stop loss goes around that high, or in this scenario, like the low that tapped the 5 minute for value gap. Right? Usually the trades are going to be with 5 minute for value gaps. If sometimes it's 15 minutes if there's not like a clear 5 minute for value gap, but usually it's going to be a 5 minute for value gap. You can wait for a 15 minute for value gap if you want, for more like probability and stronger trade. But me personally, I take 5 minutes. Uh, but yeah, so I'm just saying this like in a very, this is not financial advice at all, but I am saying like this model is very, very high win rate. It has, like, from what I've been testing, I have like the full screenshots and the full like everything. Like I have the full stats and the full screenshots of this model in my Discord, free Discord, by the way. So I have it all down there. It's like 75-78% win rate, like over 100 trades every time. And it's very, very, very good. Like it's very profitable. It's just sometimes you have to wait. Some days you're gonna have like 1 or 2 setups per day, and sometimes you're not gonna have, like, you're gonna have 1 or 2 setups per week. So you just gotta be very patient with it. Sometimes it's gonna be a lot of setups, sometimes it's gonna be less setups, but you do have to be patient, because a lot of the times you see we tap a high time frame key level, and then we start displacing from it, and you want to take a trade, but you gotta wait for a 5 minute for value gap to open up. So it's gonna, like, you're gonna have a little FOMO at first until you start building your confidence with this model. But this model is pretty much like, I'm telling you, it does print, like it does do very, very well in this market. It gives you, because pretty much you're waiting for the charts to confirm the change in direction, to confirm the reversal, and then you're waiting for a pullback, and then you're taking a continuation trade compared to a reversal trade. This is why it's so powerful. Okay, so it's got to be unfilled gaps, unfilled high time frame gaps, 5 or 15 minute opened from that gap, and they are called sponsored key levels, sponsored gaps. And then you wait for a manipulation leg, of course, to enter that 5 minute, and then you take the highest time frame inversion from that, and target some sell side or buy side. And that is pretty much, or unfilled gaps, obviously. But this is pretty much it. This is a very, very, very simple model. I don't want to like bore you guys and talk like small details, because at the end of the day, what matters is execution and just staying disciplined, taking good trades. All right. This is all that matters. Taking good trades and avoiding bad trading conditions and avoiding bad dumbass losses to become profitable, because this is all about avoiding dumb losses. All right. So once you have a model, you can use this one. You can use whatever model you want to use. But once you have a model that statistically is proven to work, all you need to do is just follow it, follow the rules, and make sure you avoid taking dumbass fucking stupid trades. And that's pretty much it. So thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you need any help with this model. All right. Feel free to drop some questions down below in the comments. I'm answering literally every single comment. And that is pretty much it. So thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, guys. Have a great day.